So our next guest, everyone, you can sit down now, that's cool, is someone who I've known for quite a few years now, and you all have seen her work. In fact, if you look at your cell phone, and you have an iPhone, or I guess any phone for that matter, and the programming in the phone that runs your camera, the operating system, she was actually one of the original on that programming team that created the original phone digital camera operating system. She used to work, she's done lots of stuff like that, very, very cool. She's actually worked on many patented things with Apple. In the year 2000, however, she biked across the country and read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which really changed her mind to realize that she decided to stop, trading her time for money. And she quit all of her contracts at Apple and got into SEO, it's search engine optimization. And what she did there is she started making an absolute killing on AdSense. And I remember, it feels like almost 10 years ago now, she came out with a system because she was able to create these websites that were just killing it with AdSense. She was, one of the early pioneers of teaching people how to do this and really making a killing. And if you ever heard of the guy Jeff Johnson, she actually was partners with him on a really powerful system. She's been the leader in SEO, and actually we used to have kind of competing products. And I talked yesterday about Jerry West as one of the top 5 people. Dory is right there with him, and I just said her name. So it's Dory Friend. She is an amazing SEO expert, and I'm telling you right now, make sure you take some notes here. You're gonna absolutely love it. She has a totally different perspective on it than a lot of people say, but she is definitely one of the pioneers in this industry. And the very cool thing about this is she actually has a patented, well, I think it's patent pending, a patent pending SEO technology. And this is something that she's gonna be able to be sharing with everyone about SEO in the future. And we all know how important SEO is. I still love SEO. And so let's just give it up for Dory Friend. There you are.
Hey, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Thank you. Thank you.
You don't want this, eh?
Okay. Arr! Meow. First of all, I want you guys to know, wow, you look really great. It's really different from seeing you from up here than back there where I've been sitting. And I want you to know, I'm one of you guys. I've been taking notes after notes, after notes, after notes, after notes, all day yesterday. It was really fantastic. And even though I've had previous success, I'm an ASM tour. I sold ASM 1, because I have a list, of course. I mean, not of course, but I've been in the business for a long time. And I watched a couple of my guys that bought through my link, Mentor Michael McClary being one of them, starting to kick some ass. And I was like, shit, man, I needed to get on that. I didn't do that. So this time I'm doing it. So after that last standing ovation, might be a little bit boring. This is SEO stuff, and I usually bore the shit out of everybody because it is tactics, it is strategy, and I'm gonna try to spice it up a little bit. I got a picture of myself being the mad scientist. My assistant said, "Oh my God, is that really what you think you look like?" I said, "My nose isn't as big." And then I saw other people doing, stuff that they grabbed, funny pictures and stuff, so I had a little bit of that. Last night, this was a fortune in my fortune cookie at P.F. Chang's. Advancement will come with hard work, and ain't that the truth? There's no free ride, red carpet, red magic ride. It's all with hard work. You can't do anything without hard work. So I thought that was really appropriate, and I really liked it that my assistant got it. So look, work harder, man. Anyway, this picture is coming up. I have had a lot of success. I've been fortunate enough to go to parties where some stars are at, and that's Whoopi Goldberg, Steven frickin' Tyler. Now these are things I'm gonna be able to brag about when I'm in the old folks' home. And so this kind of stuff is important to me. It may not be important to you, but I love doing shit like that. I clawed my way into the Maverick 1000 group. So I was not, it took me a long time. You had to have a 7-figure business to get into this group. And that's actually where I first met Jason. And it was really interesting that he told that story yesterday about him not feeling worthy enough to be part of that group. Because when I was there, I think I was there his first night, and I met his wife, Charlene. It was great, because I was like, oh my God, Jason Katzenbach's here. He'd been my competitor for years. I mean, I spied on the guy. I wanted to know what he was doing, because we were both doing SEO back then. So it's really weird how perspectives, how we carry that about ourselves. And here, I was totally excited and didn't feel worthy meeting him at the time, because he'd always been somebody that I'd heard about and followed. So I thought that was really interesting. And Mavic is a great group, and I think that's Jason right there, the one with the thing. I don't know if Matt was there, and then Sophia's down at the bottom. But anyway, that was a pivotal point in my life, earning enough to get into that group. And then there's the 2.8 other million reasons why you should listen to me, and get your notepad out, because that's what I made in the last 24 months in an industry that was in crisis. Everybody says SEO's dead, and it is almost dying. I mean, I got my ass kicked, and I want to say I've had the hardest. I didn't know if I was going to say this, but I've had the hardest 2 years of my life, the last 2 years. Google kicked my ass, and then my own team wasn't able to deliver the stuff that I sold on time. So it's like I had 1 and then 2, but I still did my numbers. I still made my numbers. I didn't give up. And that's, Sophia and I were talking about this yesterday. Everybody comes across obstacles. It doesn't matter if you're beginning out or if you have a multi-million-dollar business. There's always different obstacles that you're going to face. And the most important thing is not to give up. Do not give up. Now, I was actually motivated too. I take care of my parents. I send money to 3 kids college, and I have employees that they're families. So that's like a lot of pressure. Everybody has their own motivation, and it's like dig deep inside of yourself, find what motivates you when you want to give up. Find that little core. I tell you, that gets you through, wakes you up in the morning. So what I'm going to cover is the boring stuff. I'm going to continue where Jason and Matt left off on their SEO instruction in Module 6. I hope everybody's seen that. I know a lot of people haven't. And I think this is probably going to be more a phase 2 step for you. But you're going to go, wow, that girl was talking about this stuff, and I want to rewind these tapes, and I'm going to listen to it back then. So I know a lot of you are ready for it. Some of you aren't. Bear with me, and we'll get through this, and you'll look at it in the future, hopefully. So I'm going to tell you what's going to supercharge what they have already given you, and then I'm going to tell you how to rank other entities and eventually owning page 1 on Google. And then I'm going to give you some recipes for ranking Amazon pages and ranking images and ranking YouTube videos. How about that? I want some energy in here. I know this SEO is going to be boring. Okay, meow, I know. Okay, I have some gifts for you too, all along the way. My first gift is access to this the download of this presentation, although I thought of everything, but I forgot to upload it. But you will be able to get it here, seonitro.com/ASM. This is the username and password. I'll give this out at the end as well. And I have other gifts that are going to be on that page all through the presentation. I mean, I've been on the internet for a long time, and I've never seen a system like this that has made so many people rich so fast. AdSense was great, but this is better. And you guys are right here at the right time. I'm doing it. Okay, boring stuff. Everybody's seen this in Module 6? This is Jason's model. It's a brilliant model. SEO is kind of like an art. And this is very artful, actually. And what he's talking about is know your keywords, know your URLs, and link the crap out of them all. And we'll go a little bit more into linking. I know that, we'll cover that a little more. It didn't get covered too much yesterday. And he gives you 3 different venues you're getting links from. Social, press releases, and videos. All very important stuff. And blogs. So this is really what it looks like. And this is an SEO model. So us SEOs, we build things in tiers. We link in tiers, especially after Google, knocked off all our blogs and everything like that. So we buffer our sites. And what Jason's giving you here is buffering links, and links that are going to come to your Amazon pages that will make a difference in ranking your pages on in Google. This is a Google strategy, not an Amazon strategy. They talked yesterday a lot about ranking in Amazon. This is ranking in Google and other search engines. So he also gave you a ton of interstate real estate creation tools. This is beautiful. I would charge you guys $500 a month for this, and if you're not using it, you're really stupid. Just saying. Because when you use this, it creates more pages for you out there. More real estate that has your links going to your Amazon pages that are going to rise it up in Google. And then when you do it again, you have more real estate. And it just keeps going on and on and on. I can't tell you the value that this system brings to you. I couldn't have done it better if I built it myself, to tell you the truth. And then you put all those links into the URL booster. So that's your second tier right there. So he's created a 2-tier system for you, but that poor URL booster needs help. Oh my God, it's taking care of all those links for every single one of you in here. It needs some help, and that's what I'm gonna show you how to do. That's what I'm gonna show you how to build, so you can get more links and put more power into those pages that Jason and Matt's model has already been giving you to give those a boost to rise you up into the search engine, not just for Amazon pages, but for Facebook pages, YouTube pages, press release pages, all kinds of different stuff. You can take over the first page, and we're gonna get into that. So I'm gonna teach you how to create a blog network. This is, like I said, this is gonna be phase 2 stuff, but you're gonna come back to it. These are known as PBNs, or personal blog networks, AKA private blog network, link network, blog buffer network. And it's SEO candy. Everybody who's doing SEO pretty much has one. It's letting you be in control of your links and your destiny, really. You have all this real estate property out there, but you want to get traffic to, well, not traffic, links. So how do I say that? Good renters? I don't know. I didn't think of that. Anyway, here is a cheat sheet, and it's going to be on, it is on the, you're going to get a copy of this, and it is on the page that you can download it on. There's 5 areas, and it's really not rocket science, but there's some things you have to do right. One is acquisition. You want to buy expired domains, and we're going to go into that a little bit more detail, so you don't have to read all this. It's on the download page. 2, registration. 3, hosting. 4, building a site, putting a WordPress blog on it. And then 5, posting to it. So step 1, site acquisition. Buy an expired domain or an established website for your PBN. This, when I figured this out, I don't know, probably about 10 years ago, it changed my life because there's already links going into those expired domains. People let domains expire for whatever reason. And then you can buy those domains. They might have been an old business, an old nonprofit, whatever. But they have a lot of authority. Sometimes they have age, and they have a lot of juice. So the way I do it, or you can find established blogs, but I don't do that so much because it's really time consuming. So expired domains. You can go to pool.com, Snapnames, or NameJet. They typically buy the ones that are dropping. I go to GoDaddy. This is where I do all my site purchasing because it's easy. It's an easy administration thing for me. And here I'm going to tell you how to do it. Look for sites with existing authority. PageRank is not as big deal as it used to be. It was 10 months before we had a last PageRank update. I like to buy sites that have a lot of trust. You can go to Majestic SEO and find the trust value on all those sites. Age, trust flow, fresh index. When I go to Majestic SEO, I look at the fresh index. And if you find anything over a 10, I feel like that's really good. If you find anything in the 20s or 30s, you're freaking rocking. Those sites are hard to find, and they're probably very expensive. SEO Moz rank. I like any SEO Moz over 3 to 4. Anything higher is totally great as well. Smoking, actually, is what I put. Okay, beware of redirects and fake page rank. This is the parameter that you can put into Google to find out if a site has fake page rank. And this is what it looks like. Now, you're going to get this. I don't know if you can see it. But if those two things do not match, you do not buy it. Because that means it's redirecting to the site, and it's getting the page rank from the site that it's redirecting to. And I know that's probably a little heady for people. That's what, SEO is. And I have a gift about that. I didn't mean to go that fast. I have a video on that goes into extensively how you can find that on the download page. So beware. Sites not indexed in Google. Recently, Google's been de-indexing a lot of sites, and a lot of sites that are expired are sites that, like, I've lost, blogs that no longer are value to me or my customers, so I let them expire. So you don't want to buy those. So the way to check that is also you go to Google again. You do an info, semicolon, the site name, and if it's not showing anything there, if there's no pages listed there, that's the sign that the site has been de-indexed. You don't buy it. Tools to look for domains. Register Compass is a tool. FreshDrop is my tool of choice. I don't know why. I guess I just started out with it a long time ago. I sort for SEO criteria. These are the things I sort for. I set the page rank to no, Google index of 1, Majestic SEO Class C IPs to 100. I'm going to tell you what Class C IPs are in a second. And when I look for page rank, I look for the incoming links to that site that's going to give it page rank. So every site that has page rank has to have a site linking to it with page rank with equal value or more. That's the easiest way. There's another whole algorithmic, a zillion PR2s, PR3s may make a PR4, but that gets a little bit too complicated for my simple head. I just look for something with same value or more. And then I'm saying, okay, PR5's linking to the site. That means it's a PR4. Cool. So you have to go out and validate those. To validate the page rank of a site, general rule of thumb is it needs to be at least, well, I just said that, okay. Okay, the tools look like this. You can use Majestic or Ahrefs. Those are my two tools of choice. I use Majestic SEO a little bit more. Link density is also another great tool. And find the link that is giving the domain PR and manually verify that link. So to manually verify a link, you go into the page source and you just, you copy the link and you put it into find from page source in the browser. And if it's not there, that means the link's been deleted and you don't want to buy it. You need to find a value, a link that is, what do I say? The link that is there. There was another word for it. I can't. It's kind of. I have a gift for you. I have 7 of these videos that go into detail about the site acquisition the site acquisition flow. I have 7 videos. Kind of lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. Okay, here's the GoDaddy expiration process. So GoDaddy has regular auctions, then they have the bargain bin auctions. So a site expires, and GoDaddy wants to tell people that these sites have expired. They'll give you a notice on the 60 days, 30 days, 15 days, 10 days, 5 days, and 1 day. And then they put it into redemption. So when it's in redemption, GoDaddy uses the auctions, and when it goes into the auctions, it goes in the auctions for 8 days. In 8 days, anybody can bid for it. It can go up to thousands of dollars. But I typically, try to buy the ones under $100. But depending on the kind of site it is, it can go really, really high. It doesn't sell there. It's going to go into the closeouts. And every 24 hours, it drops $1. So it starts at $11, it goes to 10, it goes to 9, 8, and then it goes into the bargain bin where you can get it for $5 above registration. That's how the GoDaddy process works. And I have another gift for you. I have a video on that that totally explains everything that I just said there, more in detail, and that's on the download page. Step 2, registration. Okay, registered domains and different names. I know that's kind of cheating. Some people go, well, where do I get different names? And you can use your friends and family names. I kind of make them up. People say, well, you can use privacy. Yes, you can use privacy. But typically, if you're building a huge blog network, you don't want 1,000 or 100 sites all in privacy linking to your site. So you might want to vary that a little bit. Also, people say, can Google see privacy because they're a registrar? I actually don't know. I'm not in Google. I don't know if they can. That's kind of hearsay. That's another reason, though, I use fake names. I am a black hat, or I'll do whatever it takes, actually. It's a gaming the system. We're rank modifiers. It is against Google's terms and conditions to do SEO, period. So once you're doing one thing to do it, you might as well just, it's not illegal. It's just, thank you. Not natural. If all the sites linking to, that's what I just said, private registration. Linking to Amazon pages and other stuff you are doing, this is probably not an obstacle. So because you're not linking to your regular website, and you're linking to Amazon pages, you're going to be linking to YouTube pages, Facebook pages, things like that, you probably don't have to worry about a lot of the details that we had to worry, like the registration, too much, because you're going to Amazon. And Amazon and YouTube and all those guys can take a lot more beating than your website. So everything I'm giving you here really is talking about monster sites, not your typical website that you might create to promote your product. Because those right now are really hard to rank. Google's made it almost impossible for people to rank those type of sites. You have to be really, really good. And I have some examples on the video, on the download page of some people that ranked for Garcinia carbota. How do you pronounce that? That thing everybody's selling. And there's a couple blogs on there that have done brilliant SEO. And I have some studies on those on the download page for you. Okay. So what do? You do both. Hosting's another big thing. In the old days, we used to host on different accounts. We used to buy all these small little hosting accounts, for $6.95, $10.95, $12.95. You wanted to be on shared hosting accounts so you could get a lot of variety of C-class IPs. That was a pain in the ass. It was a major, major administration headache. So it was natural, though. You had different name servers. You had different C-class IPs. You had different data centers. And you had different registration info from step 2, which all made sense, and that made it really, really strong because Google thought it was natural. And then SEO hosting came along, and they gave you different IPs, but on everything was the same, but they were in the same data center. And so when one IP is found, then it just went boom, 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 or it goes boom, boom, boom. In the big de-indexing of 2012, people were just watching the servers go down, down, down. So I wouldn't advise SEO hosting, but, here's what a C-class IP is. I'm going to tell you what to use in a second. A C-class IP, this is an IP address. Every site has an IP address, every computer has an IP address, and each one of those sections in the dots is labeled either A, B, C, or D. Not either, that's what it is. A, B, C. You want to make sure that the C's are different, because there's 256 C classes in one C-class block. So then the D's go 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's all in the it would be like 241. If you had a server and you bought a block of IPs, you would get a whole block, but they'd be all on the same C class. So that's how Google would figure out if the sites that are linking to your site were all owned by you. So that's why it's really important to have different C-class IPs, and that is what an IP is. Right there. Okay, 3, cloak hosting. Cloak hosting is by far the most incredible hosting system, I believe, on the planet. It's by Ben Roy. He created it after a conversation that I had with him. because all the SEO hosting was just crap. This was a couple years ago. So he has actually gotten all these hundreds of accounts at all these little mom and pop domains, hosting accounts, hosting providers, and he's created one simple interface for you to go and control all of those. So you only have to control it in one interface instead of going out and do it all yourself. It's really, really brilliant, and that's what I would recommend. Oh, and another gift. I did talk to Ben. He's a good friend of mine. He is going to give you a free trial on top of the free trial, so it's 45 days free, and that code that will also be on the download page. It actually is on the download page. 4, site development. Best practices. Set up a variety of platforms like static sites, WordPress blogs, Joomla, any type of sites. You know, you want to vary it up. This is especially if you're going to a money site. With Amazon, you probably don't even need to worry about it, or the big monster sites. I would just do WordPress blogs. And most people do WordPress blogs. So I have this is my patent pending thing. It's called a DCL controller. It's kind of really heady. I'm not going to go too much into it, but it lets you control your entire link profile from one dashboard. So you can control your anchor text. You can control if it's a no follow or a follow. You can control where it's going. You can take it off. You can point it to your competitor if you got banned. I wouldn't do that, though. And I am giving this away to you guys for free. I mean, it's going to be $1 so you can get into the system to use on your sites when you're ready to build them. Again, that stuff is at the download page. And I also have videos there explain it a lot better than I just did in the 30 seconds that I had to explain it. But I think it's going to change SEO as the way we're doing it now. So posting, manual posting. Post articles with links in them. Of course, these, you know, what's been known is the editorial link has been known to be the best link. Now, I've been doing a lot of competitive research, though, lately. And I tell you, I can't believe all the sites I'm seeing that are ranking that have sites in their footer. You know, the footer is at the very bottom. Those were supposed to have been banned like 8 years ago or something, you know. Don't use footer links because they're going to, you know, Google doesn't like them. But GoDaddy uses them. Go look at GoDaddy, web hosting. They're ranking for web hosting. I mean, GoDaddy is a registrar. They're ranking for web hosting. How in the hell did they get ranked for web hosting? All the sites, all the free sites they give people have a little GoDaddy emblem on the bottom with a little text link that says web hosting. I don't know why they still get away with it. It's amazing how the big guys don't get caught. For fast results, spin everything, but make sure it's readable. That's pretty important. Google's been really good about picking up crap. I'm a fan of duplicate content. It's like a press release. I'm not trying to rank my blog network. So for me, I feel it's okay to have duplicate content on it. It's much like a press release. And it's going to tier 1 sites most of the time. But the best practice, like if you create a buffer blog network that's going to go to your money site, and you want it all themed, you want it aged, you're doing everything right, the best way is an editorial link in a long post with pictures in it. I want to leave it at that. Blog roll butane. This is also for manual posting. This is something that we came up with. Actually, a guy that works for me came up with it. I can't take the credit for it. And it looks something like this. When you make a post on one of your blogs, you link to that post from the blog roll using the title of the post. So that way you're getting a site-wide link from, you know, what PR3, PR4, PR2, whatever that has trust. And it's giving all that oomph to that single page, that post, that's going wherever you want it to, so it's magnifying it. This really supercharges the boosting of your links from your post. It's called Blog Roll Butane, and I have a video on that too, on the download page. Automation. When you have 100 sites, when you have 10 sites, it gets to be a real pain in the ass when you want to post content to it. You post content with links in it because it's all about linking. So there's a lot of automated systems that you can use out there. If you're building one and you're going to use my plugin, you can use the system to post to your sites for free. You know, it doesn't cost me anything. It's not, you can just use it, and that's SEO Nitro. You can't use my links, but you can use the system to post. And if you that's PKP down there if you really get advanced. Yeah, there's other systems. Buffer bounce strategy. When Google started banning everything and the anchor variation stuff came out, where you had to vary your keywords, we started coming up with buffer sites. So then we would only link to our sites. This is sites now, not Amazon pages. There's kind of two different things here. We would link to our site with our URL. Although you do still want to do that to Amazon a lot, and we'll go into that in a little bit more. Because Google wants it to be natural, and they figured out it's natural when there's not, you know, diet pill, diet pill, diet pill, diet pill. That's not natural. You have to have a URL in there, a lot of URLs. Maybe your URL, and that means, you know, your product, whatever, your product URL, you know, the URL, and then the keyword. That seems to be working really well right now. But anyway, we created these buffer sites. We would link to a safe link to the money site, you know, using the URL, and then we link the crap out to the buffer site with our keywords that we want to rank for. Because it's for some reason it like goes through it. It's not like what buffer B says about the site. It's what everything but the A say about the B site. Kind of goes over a step. It's worked really well. And I have a video for that as well on the download page. Keywords. Now, Jason goes over picking keywords really well in Module 6. He has his plan step A and B. But I want to go into just a little bit further and talk about LSI keywords, because this is what you would like to do for your linking. If you're linking the crap out of something, like I said, just don't do it over diet pill, diet pill, diet pill, diet pill. I actually did a search for Cambodia. Garcinia, Cambodia. How do you pronounce that? Cambodia? Cambodia. Okay, thank you. I was an art major. Okay, so this is a really cool tool. It's called lsikeywords.com. And I believe I have a video on it in the download page, but very briefly, it gives you words that Google would expect to be in part of your linking profile. It gives you one phrase words, two key phrase words, and three key phrase words. You can just grab all that, put it into whatever you're doing, you know, your system. And like I said, SEO Nitro would take care of that. You just put all your keywords and say go. But I would definitely incorporate these type of things. Yes, I said I have video in that. Another thing too is that you can grab your keywords from your competitors. And I do have a video on that for you as well. I really wanted to give a lot here. I was really thinking about what I want, you know, what I would want if I was in your position, because I am in your position. And I saw what Jason had gave you, and I really wanted to give you something that would expand on that. And that's why I put so many videos. I mean, I have a lot of material that I just created over the last week and put it on that download page for you to go into detail with everything that you don't understand here. So I thank you. Meow. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. You're going to dominate the search engine. So you're going to have all these PR1s, PR2s, this whole link network linking to the sites that Jason and Matt's system's creating for you. And then your pages are going to start ranking on Google. But not only your Amazon page, your YouTube page, press release pages. This is how you start dominating the first page of Google for your keywords. Now, it's not always the one keyword, diet pill. It might be best diet pill to lose weight fast when you're over 50. Yeah, you know, the long-term keywords. Like Jerry talked about, yes, I think it was Jerry, saying start small and then go actually start large with keywords and then narrow them down to the the ones that make the most money. And that's another good point too that was talked about yesterday, is doing some sort of research, AdWords campaign, Facebook campaign, Amazon, to find out what keywords rank for you, so or convert for you, so you know which keywords you want to push for. Ranking on Amazon. In normal SEO, we have to worry about Panda and Penguin. We are so careful what we put on our tier 1s, but we normally link the crap out of our tier 2s, and I just explained that in our Buffer blog network. Panda and Penguin, you're not going to have to worry about so much. Panda, not at all, because it's a, it's a thin content, on-page optimization thing. If you have an Amazon page, you really don't, you're creating great content, and because Amazon's such a monster, it's not something that's really going to affect you. Penguin, maybe. That's the link variation stuff. Not so much as your regular website, though. Parasite SEO. So now we're going to expand on this, and I'm going to start talking about the majority of first pages of Google for your keywords, so you can start ranking for them. We call it Parasite SEO because it's kind of like, a host. I hate the word parasite, but that's what they use for it. A bug goes to a host and lives on the host. So us are going to a host like Amazon, YouTube, Facebook, press releases, sites that have authority, and we're kind of we're living off that authority. Those are the pages that you can rank today. And Google is ranking multiple channels. It seems like every time you do a search, they have the same type of things coming up. Of course, they have ads for the money keywords. I blocked out in purple. But they have monster sites. This is the search for Garcinia Cambogia. They have the monster sites. There always seems to be an Amazon page, as we know. There's a video. Here's the bottom of it. There's an article with an author. That author is in 63 Google Plus circles. So, that's one of the blogs that I was saying somebody SEO'd really, really well. So there's 2 press release sites there that are ranking. This is the first page for this keyword. 2 press releases there that are ranking. PR Newswire. If I was going after that keyword, I'd get a press release on PR Newswire. Wikipedia, of course, and then the other blog, janelevy.org, really well SEO'd. Both of those sites, I researched them and I have videos on them for you. They purchased age domains that already had a bunch of links going into them, changed the content a little bit, and then linked to them properly and had great on-site optimization. So if you wanted to do the quick wham bam, thank you ma'am, get it up, these sites probably won't be here in 6 months, but they're here now and they're getting a lot of traffic. And another press release. So here's another keyword which had a review, Amazon press releases. You see Yahoo, you see, is that Dr. Oz, of course. Those 2 are monster sites. Hey, there's a Facebook page. That was on a first page for Garcinia Cambogia review. Press releases, and then, of course, that article with the author. So Facebook's page, they were talking about Facebook pages yesterday. Brilliant idea. Also, easy to SEO. I mean, this is on a major keyword, a Facebook page. So Google ranks channels, and we just saw these channels. We saw monster sites, we saw Amazon sites, which is a monster site, YouTube, which is a monster site, press releases, it's a monster site, articles with authors, and a blog, and a Facebook page, which is a monster site. Interesting enough, Jason and Matt's tools in Module 6 cover almost all of these. Like I said, I couldn't have created it any better. I mean, the guys really did a good job on this. So yeah, give these guys a hand. I mean, this was very, very well thought out. I have some more gifts for you, because I'm going to start ending my presentation and winding down, and I'm going to end it in a conclusion. But I wanted to go into more Parasite stuff, and I couldn't because I didn't have time. I mean, advanced SEO in 45 minutes is a really tough thing. So, like I said, I put a lot of this stuff, time and energy, into building you stuff on the download page. I have a list of the best parasites you can use to rank your message. A whole list of those, the ones that we're using today in SEO. I have 108 press release ideas. This is from my friend Rob Burns, who has PR Reach. It's a great tool. They also do a video for you, like a news anchor is reading the video. I mean, doing a newscast on your product. So that's an easy way to get one. I think there's $69 for the press release and the video. I mean, that's really dirt cheap. And then you can rank that video. So that's really good. So these ideas came from him. And then I give you a link to a great case study by a guy named Terry Kyle, where he goes in and he ranks these sites and he shows you how day by day by day. When you're ready for it, really, really good stuff. Ranking recipes. I also give you recipes, step 1, step 2, step 3, on how to rank YouTube videos, how to rank Amazon pages on Google, ranking images, and ranking other parasites. Videos on them all and PDFs. You're gonna love this shit. You can go into it now. You can download it. It's really good stuff. The YouTube video was by Roger Bryan. I have to give him credit because it was most of his stuff. I adapted it a lot. And Parasite SEO too was a lot of Ezra's influence on me. Ezra is one of my SEO homies. He spoke yesterday. Okay, in conclusion, I'm gonna do an adaptation of an Art Williams Just Do It speech. And I was gonna have a podium here and do it and try to do it, but the words are gonna be on here, and I'm gonna do the best I can, because it was a really good thing. It's a YouTube video that I think it only has about 40,962 views, and I think I've watched it 40,961 times, so we'll see what happens. But he says, I believe the desire and will to win is everything. And after, he didn't say this, but I adapted it. And after a year of ASM, what will be the difference between the person who has the 250K badge and the 5K badge? What does the person with the 250K badge do that the person with the 5K badge doesn't do? With everything else being equal, they have the same product, the same inventory, same amount of time to work on it. So on the outside, everything looks the same. They have the same training, the same business structure, and they both work hard and make tough commitments. But what is the difference? What does the 250K badge person do that the 5K badge person doesn't do? He pays the price just a little bit more. He works harder just a little bit more. He believes in it just a little bit more. He makes money every day just a little bit more. And he does his SEO and uses his ASM tools just a little bit more. So people, you know, if you want to win on Amazon, you gotta be tough and you cannot quit. And you know, at one time in my life, I thought you had to be smart to win. You know, like I said, I was an art major. I used to have all these smart friends that dressed so pretty and talked so pretty, and they used all these words, and they intimidated the shit out of me. And I said, Dory, you can't do that. Just throw in the towel and go back to making logos for a living. And then I found two things about smart people. I think it's almost impossible for a smart person to win online today, because I find that smart people always want to reinvent the wheel and not follow the system. They are always trying to figure out a faster way, an easier way, a get-rich-quick way, and it doesn't happen. And another thing I found about smart people is they never get around to doing nothing because they're too busy doing this. And you see someone like Dory Friend, and everybody said, she can't do it. Hell, she can't even spell. She can't even talk half the time. Someone like that can't do it, but she does it. And see, folks, I want you to know that almost everybody in America does almost enough to win. They almost get there. They almost get over the hump. They almost have it going on. They almost, in everything they do, almost is a way of living for almost everybody in America. But the winners do it. So what do? This is the fun part. They do whatever it takes to get the job done. They do it and do it and do it and do it and they do it some more. And then they get to feel how good it is to be someone that they're proud of. So if you want to be somebody, do it. If you want to go into business for yourself, do it. If you want to become financially independent, do it. If you want to make $1 million, do it. And if you want to spend more time with your kids, do it. Hey! I hear everyone talking a good game. They say, Dory, you can count on us. We'll deliver your inventory every time on time. And I said, great, do it. Dory, I want to be your next JV partner and make you rich. I'm like, super, do it, make me rich. Dory, if I could just rank my Amazon pages, then I know I'd be making bank on ASM. I'm like, great, do it. If I could just sell my house and buy some inventory. Do it. But Dory, houses ain't selling. Do it anyway. I'm not making any money. What can I do? You just do it. Do what, Dory? You do it and do it and do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. I know when I get home, I'm going to put everything you told us into action. Great, do it. I'm going to create something you can sell to your list. Do it. And I just skipped that slide, but what do you keep doing? Doing it and doing it. It goes on and on. And he says, Dory, I really want to make ASM a really, really big thing. Great, just do it. Dory, I feel like I haven't had enough training. What do? You just do it. Dory, you don't understand. I was Mr. Everything in my last company. You don't mean I have to start over, do you? Yep, you really got to do it. You see, the primary difference between winners and losers is the winners do it. What do? They do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. And then they get to experience how good it feels to achieve something, and they're glad that they didn't quit like everybody else. And they're proud of somebody who they are on the planet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Hey. Thanks, you guys.